Yo, what's up, guys? Just the MMA analyst here to give you my predictions for UFC on Fox, the second installment of that Evans versus Davis. We have 5 spots left. I said the first 10 people to contact me about links regarding betting, signing up to Bodog or Bovada or Sports Interaction. First 10 people get 2 free months picks. We have 5 left, so get at me if you're looking for that. If you're interested in my betting picks, you can also contact me or go to BetMMA.ca and look around there. Let's get down to the predictions. Evans versus Davis. Man, this fight, in my opinion, I haven't been so sure about a fight in a long time. I mean, a long time. I think the last time I was so sure about a fight was when Jon Jones was fighting Ryan Bader. And they had kind of built up Ryan Bader to be, like a contender. And he was going to fight Jon Jones for contendership. And I said, this isn't even a fight. The only issue with this fight here is obviously Rashad Evans is coming off of a pretty long layoff. Well, I don't know how long, pretty long. I mean, he did fight August 6th, so I guess it's not that long. But, yeah, I mean, he's been injured, and has little injuries here and there and da-da-da-da-da. It's mainly the reason why he hasn't had his title shot against Jon Jones already is because, he was injured, Jon Jones was injured, blase, blase, blah, blah, blah. But anyways, we know what Rashad Evans is good at. Solid wrestling. He's fast for his size. Much improved hands. Right now, he's looking at a 16-1 record. Only one loss coming to Lyoto Machida. And I mean, he's pretty close to an all-around fighter. His hands aren't exactly amazing, but they're definitely good enough to deal with anybody who's maybe not Shogun or Machida or Jon Jones. He can probably deal with other people's hands. Now, he has had some issues. I think against Thiago Silva, he gassed a little bit in the third. Thiago Silva almost finished him. Against Quentin Rampage Jackson, he gassed in the third. Rampage almost finished him, but Rampage was so tired as well, and so was Thiago Silva. It's pretty obvious what Rashad Evans is going to do, I think, in my mind. He's going to go out there and just be a well-rounded fighter and try and stuff takedowns. What does that mean Davis is going to do? Davis is going to try and get takedowns. Why? Because Davis is honestly one of the most, he's so afraid of striking. He'll throw a kick and start to retreat before his leg even touches the ground. He does not want to get hit. He is not sure about anything he throws. I think he starts to throw something, the other guy will make a little movement, and he'll try and change his strike in mid-strike. I don't think anything he throws is with the intention to hurt anybody. And whenever he throws, he's really worried about counter punches. And Rashad Evans is not like that. So a lot of people are talking about, I think he's got a reach advantage. I don't think that's going to matter at all. Not even in the slightest bit. Because what does a reach advantage matter if you're not going to use your reach if you pull every single punch? Rashad Evans is a good wrestler. Phil Davis is a good wrestler. Rashad Evans has very, very, above average striking. Phil Davis, in my opinion, has 0 striking. No striking. None. And that's a big difference here because I think Rashad is just going to have to worry about stuffing takedowns. And I don't even think Phil Davis is going to be able to shoot in, off a counter strike or anything like that. I think Rashad plays it safe, stuffs takedowns, doesn't go to the ground, goes for his own takedowns late in the round, and keeps his fight on the ground. And I don't think he's going to beat Phil Davis up. He could definitely knock him out. But I think it ends up being a pretty boring fight where Rashad Evans just absolutely shuts down Phil Davis for the entire fight. And yeah, it's not 5 rounds, I don't think. Yeah, because it's on Fox. But honestly, If Phil Davis wins this fight, oh my God. I mean, the odds are closer than I thought they'd be, and I don't know why. He is undefeated. He did beat Antonio Rogerio Nogueira. He beat Tim Boetsch, Alexander Gustafsson, Brian Stan. I mean, no, that's good, you know. But Rashad Evans, I don't see this happening. Let's not belabor on this anymore. Rashad Evans is going to make Phil Davis look like he doesn't belong in the octagon with a top 5, or maybe even top 5 light heavyweight. Moving on to the next fight, Michael Bisping for Chael Sonnen. Real talk, I'm really actually happy that this didn't get all the hoopla and the month build up and all the other stuff, because you guys know I can't stand Chael Sonnen, and I can't stand Michael Bisping either. Both of these guys, if you ask me, they just talk a lot, and I just Chael Sonnen talks so much, but he says he's gonna be a champ, but he's not the champ, and he lost to the champ, so that's one thing. Michael Bisping has only faced one top 10 middleweight in his entire career, and it was the knockout of the year. So here's a chance for one of these guys to, talk trash and come out the other side on top. Clearly, it's going to be Chael Sonnen. Michael Bisping is basically going to be he's going to be on his back. He's going to be on his back, and he's going to have he will not stuff a takedown. And he has to get a submission. He has to get a triangle. That's it. That's Michael Bisping's whole thing. He's going to go out there. I'm sure he wants to, pitter-patter, backstep, move around, do all that kind of stuff. And I'm sure he wants to, keep the fight on the feet or, I don't know what, on the ground. But in reality, he's going to get taken down pretty quick. He's going to get ground and pounded for a long time. And, sooner or later, even his submission attempts will, they will be just as fruitless as his takedown defense and stand-up, because he's going to be tired from getting punched in the face over and over and over and over and over again. Just for the record, I'm sure some people care about who I want to win. I want Michael Bisping to win this. This is the first time ever. Let me just double check here. But I'm almost sure that I've never rooted for Michael Bisping. Jason Miller, nope. Rivera, nope. Akiyama, nope. Miller, nope. Vanderlei, nope. Kang, nope. Henderson, nope. Chris Lieben, I don't even really care about either of these two guys back then. But probably not. Why not? Because the Matt Hamill fight happened way back there. Rashad Evans, nope. You know what? I might have been rooting for him against Elvis Sinisek just because that was an upsetting situation at the time that Elvis Sinisek was even getting that chance. But if that's true, I haven't rooted for this guy since, 2007. Anyways, we're back. It took a fight with Chael Sonnen for it to happen. Just for the record, if Chael Sonnen ever fought John Jones, I don't know. I don't know who I would root for there. I really don't like John Jones. Anyways, Chael Sonnen's going to whoop his ass. Damian Maia versus Chris Weidman. Crazy Chris Weidman taking the fight on 10 days notice. Damian Maia was supposed to fight Michael Bisping. I would have liked that a lot better. And Chael Sonnen fighting Mark Munoz. I would have liked that a lot better. I think the UFC would have liked it too because that's what they set up. But things happened. Munoz pulled out of the fight, injured. Weidman stepped up. Mad props. They wanted to get Polaris. Damian Maia actually said something like, there's not a lot of Brazilians in our weight class, and I don't think we should be fighting each other. And I think that is true. I don't actually want to see Damian Maia or Polaris knock each other off in the race, because there's just so many other people that they could fight. That fight is an awesome fight, and I would love to see it, but I don't want to see it right now. Like, if Damian Maia were to lose against Chris Weidman and Paul Harris were to lose against whoever, then let them start the ascension again from the bottom, fighting each other. But not when Paul Harris has kind of got something good going. Damian Maia's kind of got something good going. Anyways, Chris Weidman, it's crazy because he's actually the favorite. 10 days notice. He has shown me nothing to think that he can actually hang with a grappler like Damian Maia on 10 days notice. He is a Division 1, I believe, wrestler. He ran through Tom Lawler, but I mean, that's obvious. Jesse Bongfeld, I mean, come on now. Alessio Sakara, Alessio Sakara against a Division 1 wrestler. Division 1 wrestler wins every time. Then 4 very much lesser names from all from in New Jersey from Ring of Combat. I don't know. I mean, I can't go with Chris Weidman here. He is a Division 1 wrestler with striking that isn't as good as Damian Maia's. It's improved. Damian Maia's striking's improved. But, I mean, if this stays on the feet, I think Damian Maia wins, especially when we were seeing K1 WBC Damian Maia in the first round against Munoz. That Damian Maia can outstrike Weidman. If Weidman does go for takedowns on Damian Maia, he will get them. But Damian Maia had no problems with Chael Sonnen. Not to say that Chael Sonnen's submission defense is equivalent or less than Weidman's, but the point is, Damian Maia, and it's not like Damian Maia is the kind of guy that needs to get to a crazy position. He works from his guard very well. So unless Weidman can get the takedown directly into side control and move from there, even still, Damian Maia is just so good in jiu-jitsu. Chris Weidman's either going to win this fight, 3 rounds of laying on Damian Maia and Damian Maia getting tired, or Chris Weidman's going to get subbed. And I'm picking Chris Weidman to get submitted. So that's it for the main card. On the undercard, I've got Evan Dunham beating Nick Lentz. What's funny is Nick Lentz, one of the boringest fighters, most boring fighters in the UFC. He was on a nice little win streak of just literally just laying on people. He had finally a good fight against Waylon Lowe. Then he had that tough, it would have been a loss to Charles Oliveira, but it ended up being an illegal knee. He was getting raped by Oliveira. And then he finally fought somebody who had, better grappling, all-around grappling in Mark Bocek. And Bocek basically put the Nick Lentz treatment to him. He just took him down, laid on him. Nick Lentz came out of that fight in one of the funniest quotes of 2011, if you ask me. And he basically was like, I can't stand when people lay and pray. That's not fighting. And he was basically like, I hate that type of fighting. And I'm like, is this guy for real? I mean, like, that would be like Alistair Overeem saying that he can't stand when other people knee people to death. You know what I mean? Like, that's what you do. You know what I mean? Like, really? You don't like lay and pray? Well, then how about start throwing punches from the feet? Anyways, Evan Dunham probably going to stuff takedowns. If he wants to, get takedowns. And then win that fight, probably by decision. Mike Russo over John-Olav Ainamo. Yeah, I mean, I got to go with Russo. He's pretty solid with what he does. Ainamo, he didn't look too great in his last fight, which was his first fight in like 6 years or something like that. Yeah, I got to go with Russo. That's a close one, though. Johnny Bedford over Mitch Gagnon. Man, am I picking George Roop? This is a crazy card. I'm going to pick George Roop over Cub Swanson. Man, George Roop, really? Damn. Charles Oliveira over Eric Wisely. I've got Shane Roller stuffing 5 Michael Johnson takedowns and then knocking Michael Johnson out. Michael Johnson is such a one-dimensional fighter. It is not even funny. Other one-dimensional fighters look at Michael Johnson and say, yo, dude, you need to become, well-rounded. Joey Beltran versus LeVar Johnson in what will be the sloppiest, ugliest fight of the day. Hopefully the shortest. I'm going to go with Joey Beltran. He's tough. He can take a punch. LeVar Johnson gasses, so there's that. And then I'm going to go with Chris Camozzi over Dustin Jacoby or however you say his name. So there you go. There's my picks for UFC on Fox. Evans versus Davis next week. Oh, lordy lord. Diaz versus Condit, nasty. Fabricio Verdum versus Rory Nelson, awesome fight. Henan Barao versus Jorgensen, awesome fight. What else do we see on here that I like? Alright, I think that might be it. Josh Koscheck returning. That's good. All right. Well, anyways, who cares? Even if it was just Nick Diaz versus Carlos Condit, that would have been enough. MMA, it's important. Peace.